Morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I missing one of you?
Brian.
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 Okay. We'll wait a minute for Brian. Did you guys see that I sent you the answers last night?
No.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
Check your Google Classroom. Go to your geometry Google Classroom and see if it came through. Because I think I sent Grace. I think I sent it to you separately, Grace. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Emails.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yep.
All right. So maybe you could look at that.
Should we pull that up?
Yeah. Go ahead and see if you can check your work with it. And if you have questions for me, it was on page. Oh, where are we? It was on page 539. And 540.
There's Brian.
Oh, Brian's here. Good morning, Brian. Nice hat.
Oh gosh, Brian.
Okay. On page 539 or 538 though, or no, on page 539, I wanted you guys to redo number 7.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So hopefully you got something a little different this time. I'm going to take a poll. I'm going to just start at the top of where your guys' names are listed on my screen. So it's listed at Aristotle's first. Okay, Aristotle, what did you get?
$2,145.
2,125 feet. All right, 1 feet. That. Next is Brian.
No,
what do you have for number 7, Brian?
2,145, and that's also
No,
what
I said 45, not 20.
Oh, you both said 45? Okay. All right. Then it is Colby's turn.
2,145.
Okay. Grace.
That's what I got.
Lily.
2,360.
Did you have any decimal point?
Yeah,
No.
0.31.
Okay, instead round to the nearest tenth, so I'll just put it at 0.3 feet. Okay, and Luke.
2,145.
All right, so that's all 6 of you. Did 5 of you work together?
No.
No.
No. All right. Well, Lily is correct.
Ooh, go well.
Wow.
Oh, that's a
It's 2,360.3 feet. I'll show you the equation. All right, here's your equation. X over 1,162 is equal to 2,145 over 1,056. Does So it's like top part of the triangle, top part of the leg over bottom part of the leg equals top part of the leg over bottom part of the leg.
Wait, so how would you solve for x? You cross.
Yeah, cross multiply divide. So to solve
Oh.
for x, you cross multiply these two
Mhm.
and then divide.
And then divide by
Multiply, divide. What were you guys doing to get 2,145? What was different about your equation?
I just did the
I
wrong
thought it
equation.
said to find State Street instead of find Union Street.
Oh.
So
Oh, so you were finding the different street? Oh, you
Yeah.
found this street. You
Yeah.
guys all
Yeah.
found that?
Mhm.
that's what I did.
Okay. If the distance from 3rd Avenue, find the distance between 5th Avenue and City Mall. And you were finding 5th Avenue along Union Street. Yeah. So it said 5th Avenue and City Mall along Union Street. So that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then did you have any questions on page 540? I sent the answer key. If you didn't have a chance to look at it, you can look at it and then let me know. I took a screenshot of the answer key of the book, and then my work I actually just did on that page, so you'd be able to see it if you had questions of how to set up the problems. I did my work on that page. Okay. Did you guys all see the SumDog challenge? I know some of you asked me for your SumDog login, so I know some of you saw it, but there's 200 problems that I wanted you to answer by,
250.
oh, because you guys are in 8th grade. It was 200 for the younger kids, sorry. How's that going?
Good.
Good.
I haven't.
I didn't know that.
started mine yet. I have no
Does
idea.
anyone else still need a SumDog login?
Yeah, I need
I
my
might.
I do.
login.
Aristotle? Who else said they do?
Me.
Grace?
Me
Lily?
and Lily.
And that's for Friday.
Okay. And I think I already sent to Colby, Luke, and Brian. So
Yep.
that's to all of you. Okay. I think they may have unlocked some of the games that weren't open to us before, so that might be fun.
Mhm.
Junkyards or Junk Pile, that's still my favorite
Yeah.
game. I was playing it yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
I'm in second place for that, and Dylan's in first place.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
he has like 51, and I have like 45. I was so mad I didn't get a second tire.
I only got 10.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that game.
Same.
Okay.
I like animals.
I didn't try that one. Okay.
Animals.
I wanted us to talk today about the next section, which is parts of similar triangles. This is the last section in chapter 7. And I did put this, I think, also in your Google Classroom yesterday. You know, you could read this section in that packet that I gave you goes along with it, so you can fill in the parts of the packet that we normally fill in during class, like the different theorems. But there are a few theorems that go along with this section. Do you have your books with you? And can you open them to page 544? Okay, and this is the last section, parts of similar triangles. Are you getting tired of triangles yet?
Yeah,
Yes, right.
Yeah.
a bit, but like not really.
Wait, where is this in Mr. Palmer?
I really want to go back
Page
to algebra.
544.
It's harder than
Or
when we
for in the
started.
packet?
Yeah, in the packet, it should follow along. I didn't bring my packet home with me, so I don't have it in front of me. But I don't think the packet skips this section unless it does. You guys would have to look in your packet and see kind of what comes next.
Okay.
Who has their packet handy for me?
I do.
All right, Luke, is there a part that says parts of similar triangles? Like what's next after what we finished?
No. The parts of similar triangles.
It does come next, but it just says theorem 7.8, not parts of similar triangles.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, theorem 7.8 is next. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to read through these next three theorems. Okay. Theorem 7.8. Lily, could you read that one to us?
Sure. Two triangles are similar. The lengths of corresponding altitudes are proportional to the lengths of corresponding sides.
All right, great. So remember, an altitude comes from a vertex and forms a 90-degree angle on the side opposite. Okay. So if we have two triangles that are similar, the lengths of their corresponding altitudes are proportional to the lengths of the corresponding sides. And they give us an example of those two triangles. And they're saying AD over FJ, so that's the two altitudes, is equal to AB over FG. Those are corresponding sides of those two triangles. Okay. So we know that's true. Brian, would you read 7.9?
Sure. If two triangles are similar, the length of corresponding angle bisectors is proportional to the length of corresponding side.
All right, so this is very much like 7.8, but instead of altitudes, we're talking about angle bisectors. Okay, so they show us two triangles that have corresponding angle bisectors. So LP over RT, those are the angle bisectors, are equal to LM over RS, the corresponding sides. Okay. That's fine. And they give us one more. Luke, will you read that one?
If two triangles are similar, the length of the corresponding medians are proportional to the lengths of the corresponding sides.
Okay, so also medians. All right, we have two similar triangles, CD over YZ. Okay, the median comes from the opposite, comes from a vertex, and then it divides the opposite side. It bisects it. All right, median, it kind of comes down the middle. Think of it like that. All right, so they take the two medians, CD over YZ, and that's equal to AB over WX, which are corresponding sides of that triangle. Okay, the next page shows us a proof, and we'll just say we believe them, but they do go through a proof and show why that's true. And then they show us an example. On example 1, they show us two similar triangles, and they want us to find the value of X, or the value of that angle bisector. Okay, so they set up the proportion X over 8, okay, the two bisectors, is equal to, and then 15 over 12. Those are the corresponding sides, and you cross multiply, divide. Okay, so they give us two to try, 1A and 1B. And we need to set these up. Setting up the proportions, I think, is like the key part, because if you can set up the proportion, solving it's going to be pretty easy. You're allowed to use a calculator and you cross multiply, divide. So Colby, could you set up the proportion for 1A for finding the value of X?
So it would be PM
Okay, so that's
Over.
16 over.
YQ.
All right, so far he has 16 over X. Okay. Equals?
And then it would be LM. Wait, no. KM, which is 20 over 15.
Good. 20 over 15. Okay. Do you guys all have, I like the way you set that up, Colby. Do you guys have calculators handy?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I need to get mine.
You can cross multiply, divide.
I got it.
Who has it? Grace, was that you?
I have it.
No, it was.
No?
I also have it though.
Oh, Grace, what do you have?
I have x equals 12.
That's it. All right, good job, guys. All right, let's try the next one, 1B, and let me have Brian set this one up.
I know 9 to 13.5.
Did you put the 9 on top? 9 over 13.5?
Yeah,
Okay.
and 3 over X.
I like it. Let's give it a try. All right, cross multiply, divide. And raise your hand when you have it.
Wait, can you show us the equation?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, Aristotle, what did you get?
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. Okay, I think you guys got that. Okay.
I like it.
Okay. The next page is a real world example. I'll have you guys read that on your own since we have like really short classes now. And let's look at the triangle angle bisector theorem on page 547. Okay. And Grace, could you read that theorem?
Yeah. An angle bisector in a triangle separates the opposite side into two segments that are proportional to the lengths of the other two sides.
Okay. So in this triangle that they're showing us, they said KM over LM equals KJ over LJ. Okay. And that's because they told us that JM was an angle bisector. So this time we're only dealing with one triangle, right? We don't have two triangles. Example 3, they want us to find X. So they said because RT is an angle bisector, you could use the triangle angle bisector theorem. Okay, so QT over ST, got it, equals QR over SR. And they used cross multiply and divide, but look at how the whole base QS is 18, and then they give us the part where QT is X. So that means that TS is 18 minus X. So once like this, a problem like this, you're gonna have a little bit more algebra to do in it. So for all of us algebra fans, we'll be excited because we have to do a little bit more algebra, knowing that ST is 18 minus X. The whole thing minus X, we don't know what that is yet. So it's called 18 minus X. And they just did cross multiply divide and ended up with 5.4. So we have 2 examples to try. Okay, 3A and 3B. So, but we have to set them up first. Let's do 3A. Sorry.
Is that mom?
No, it's husband.
No, Chris, remember, mom's
yeah,
calling
Chris,
someone
mom
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, mom's calling my brother. I'm going to tell her that you guys are really sad, though. Okay.
You could just make 2 phone calls.
Lily, could you set up number 1 for us? Let's do like, oh, sorry, not number 1, number 3A. How would you set that up? What do you think? Just look at the example. Do I still have Lily with me or no?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I don't think
I was wondering why she was answering me. Okay.
I'll do it.
Luke.
Alrighty. You can do 4/6 equals x over 13.
Great. I like it. 4/6 equals x over 13. Okay, you guys cross multiply, divide.
Ooh.
And Aristotle, what did you get?
I got 8.6 repeating.
But there's a 7 at the end.
Yeah. 8.6 or 8 2/3. Okay. All right. And 3B. I think 3B is going to be one where I said for us algebra fans, we're going to get a little extra work. Okay. Colby, could you set up 3B?
It'd be 11 over 14.
Okay.
And then you have to find. Wait, I forget how to do this part.
Okay. So the whole,
So then it'd be x. Or no. Wouldn't it be 20 minus x over x?
yes. Okay. So, and it doesn't matter how Colby puts the, it doesn't matter if you put 11 over 14 on the left or right. Okay. I just wrote it this way, but it really makes no difference. But he set it up exactly correctly. So this is the 11 over 14. So the part that goes straight across from the 11 is the 20 minus x. Okay, because that whole base is 20. The part that goes with the 14 is x. So that goes right here. And the part that goes with 11, it didn't give us a value, but it said the whole base was 20. So that value must be 20 minus whatever x is. All right, so now we have to do our equation, right? And we set up 11 times x is equal to 14 times 20 minus x. All right, so 11x equals 14 times 20 minus x. Don't forget to put 20 minus x in parentheses because you have to distribute that 14. Okay, so the biggest mistake is a lot of times we just multiply 14 times 20 but forget the 14 times x. All right, so now we should have 11x equals, and we distribute 14, the 14 times 20 is 280. So then 11x is 280 minus 14x. Add 14x to both sides. 25x equals 280. And we should end up with 11.2.
That's what I got.
Great.
Nice.
Okay, that's our last section in chapter 7. So I would like you guys to do 6 to 16 on page 548 and 549. Okay, and then we'll have to start reviewing the whole chapter. And figuring out how to do tests. But even like, my kids who are in college and they can't go back to school either yet, their tests are just like, their semesters are completely changed. And now their tests are online, open notes, because of course people are at home. Once in a while, professors do tests where you have to do it in front of a webcam so the teacher can make sure you're not cheating. But most of the professors are just giving, shortened tests, and that's how it is. You guys know all the state testing has been canceled, but the AP tests for high school kids, like Lauren found out, the AP English test is normally, I can't remember if it's 2 to 3 hours of multiple choice and writing, and now it's like a 45-minute online test.
Yeah, Morgan's
Yeah,
really
didn't they
upset.
take all those off? Didn't they take all the multiple choice off?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the only reason is so they would keep their money. Probably.
Yeah, they want to keep their money, but plus the kids get college credits for it, so it would kind of stink to go this far in the year doing all that work and then not getting the college credit.
That's true.
But luckily you guys didn't have any testing you had to take this year, minus Iowa's, which I guess you don't have to do.
Yes.
So no Iowa's this year for you guys. Do you guys have any questions for me?
No.
All right, when I'm done teaching, I'll send the codes to those of you who need your SumDog logins. I'll send it to your email, and I'll be in Google Meets under Palmer from 2 to 3 if you have questions. And again, I'll do the homework and take a picture and send it to you guys in Google Classroom so you can check your work. I don't mind if you see the answers, because you guys understand, you have to know how to do these things. Hopefully we go back to school and you guys have a final exam. So you need to know how to do these things. So you'll do the work and then just check your answers and ask me any questions you have.
Do we have to fill out these the theorems?
You don't have to, but if you want to, if it helps you, it's okay. If you don't, but if you just like completing your packet, you may. Okay. All right. Now I'll maybe see you from 2 to 3. Also email me if you have questions. Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye. Have a good day, guys.
Bye. See you, Mrs. Palmer. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.